All right. Welcome to Living Room Sports. I'm your host, Michael Bazenta. Today I am joined with Robbie McClellan. Robbie, it's great to be on here.
Great to be here, Michael. Very excited.
All right. So today we had the NFL trade deadline, and let's just say it did not disappoint. There were plenty of big moves today, multiple that I didn't expect. And I guess we'll just dive right into it. The first one we're going to talk about here is Logan Wilson to the Cowboys. Jerry Jones said that he was going to make some moves. And I didn't necessarily expect Logan Wilson to get traded from this Bengals defense, but here we are.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little surprised by it. I mean, you've seen the Bengals the last couple of weeks. They've let up, I think, over 30 points in the last 2 weeks combined. Maybe over 35. Is it? It's been about the same,
It's something up like that.
like 35, 30 something. I mean, the defense needs as much help as possible, and trading probably one of your best players on defense, not named Trey Hendrickson. I mean, it's a little mind-boggling, but I mean, you could tell the Bengals are trying to reload that defense, even though the offense is scoring over 40 points a game, whatever it is with Joe Flacco. But for the Cowboys side, I like it. He's a very good linebacker, and I'm excited to see what they do with him.
I mean, what is this? What kind of message does this send to Jamar Chase? Like, what do you think Jamar Chase is thinking now that they traded one of their only good defensive players?
I mean, you got to be like, what the hell is ownership doing? I mean, T. Higgins probably thinking the same exact thing. I mean, they need as much help as possible. I can't emphasize that enough. They need as much help as possible on the defensive side. And trading one of your better defensive players is, I mean, it's just mind boggling. I mean, I don't even know another word to describe it, honestly.
It's not like they got a crazy draft compensation for him. So,
Yeah,
you
no.
know, that's just a crazy move here. As for the Cowboys' perspective, I definitely think this is an upgrade at that linebacker position. They need some playmakers. Logan Wilson is a good guy, good locker room guy. Definitely going to help this Cowboys defense, but I don't necessarily think it moves the needles for the Cowboys. I think they have other issues that they still need to address, which we will talk about later in this video. Moving on to the next trade, we have Raheed Shaheed going to the Seattle Seahawks. Robbie, take this one.
I love this move for the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks desperately need another deep threat on that offense. I mean, you got good slot guys. I mean, JSN obviously is having a breakout year. We can all tell. I mean, I think is he still leading the league in reception or
Yeah.
receiving yards? I mean, he is having a he's taken that step, which is awesome. But they needed a deep threat to open up the offense. I mean, Rashid Shaheed at his like when he's balling, he's balling. I mean, he's one of the top deep threat guys in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just going to open up more opportunities for JSN because Rashid Shaheed's going to go deep and you can't just ignore him. And those double teams are going to be less. And especially when Cup comes back, those are three legitimate caliber pass catchers. AJ Barner is also having a really good season. Shout out AJ Barner from Aurora, Ohio.
Yeah.
Uh,
Torrey Holton or Horton, sorry, Torrey Horton. Another, he's having a
Still,
really breakout year.
exactly. So
Here,
the Seahawks team definitely very much improved. If you're the Saints, um, you traded a guy. You knew that there was going to be one of those receivers traded. Chris Olave, I'm not sure what the value is. If you were to trade it for him, you were going to have to pay him. So I think good move for both sides. Um, the Saints got something for Shaheed, and the Seahawks went out, got another deep ball threat to go next to JSN. Now, here's the question. Does this move the needle for the Seahawks?
potentially, they're one of the best teams in the NFL. Obviously, Sam Darnold's had a fantastic season. I mean, I really didn't. I mean, he had a good year last year. We didn't know if it was going to translate to Seattle. Obviously, it has. Uh, I don't know if it moves the needle for him, but I mean, this is a great pickup. This is definitely going to help the offense.
Mhm. All right. We have another team we have to talk about here, and that is the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
And, Adam Schefter reported that they were going to be buyers to try and get better quality talent on this team. And today they acquired a sixth round pick for Joe Tryon Shoyinka, a guy they paid $4 million to, has played 31 snaps this year, going to the Chicago Bears, along with a seventh round pick. And the Browns get a sixth round pick. What are your thoughts on this trade?
I can't remember who said this on Twitter, but I saw this today. I mean, this move from anything, I think it signifies that they're gonna extend what is his name?
Alex Wright?
Alex Wright, yes, sorry. Oh, Alex Wright. I mean, Joe Tryon-Trinko hasn't really done anything for the Browns this year, obviously, but Alex Wright definitely has he's been a great third defensive attack or defensive end. Even he started, I think he started a couple games for us too. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a nothing move. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't really make any sort of move on the offensive side. I mean, the only offensive move they really made is Kevin's let go of play calling duties. But I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on the trade deadline besides that, honestly.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I thought David Njoku was most definitely out the door, especially the way that Harold Fana Jr. has been playing for this team. I understand that Kevin Stefanski likes his two tight end package, and that could potentially be why they didn't trade him. But I thought maybe one of the guards would be traded. I genuinely wonder if the front office went to Joel Bitonio and asked him if he wanted to be traded, and he more than likely said no, because I genuinely believe that if both of those two offensive guards were available, they would have been traded. There are definitely teams that could use some offensive line help, but I just really think it'll be interesting to see the way the Browns go at the Jets this weekend. They are 1.5 point underdogs going into New York. That was before today. So I'd like to see potentially what the line is now after the Jets fire sale. We'll get into that a little bit later. But transitioning into our next segment, the Philadelphia Eagles. They got some guys. They
How
got
does
some.
Howie keep doing this? That's my only question.
I don't know. I don't know, and it's all that defense is extremely loaded. They got two former All-Pro guys. First off, being Jalen Phillips to the Eagles in exchange for a third round pick. Robbie,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
I'm going to say it again. How does Howie keep getting away with this? I mean, he's got all this draft compensation in the world, and then he's just third round pick to Miami Dolphins' best defender. I mean, Jalen Phillips is a very good and upcoming pass rusher. I know injuries have been a massive concern, and he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. But I mean, obviously, the Eagles are going to end up with him. I mean, I just felt like destiny. I mean, their defense has been very subpar at the beginning of the season, first half, but I mean, the moves they were made that they are making at least. I mean, it is mind-boggling how one GM is just fleecing the entire NFL.
Yeah, and not to mention they got Jair Alexander, and I know Jair has not been the same guy in the last 2 years, but if you were to tell me one team, I would say absolutely not to. It's the Eagles. I mean, because they're going to turn him back into the Jair Alexander from Green Bay, and
Yep.
we know that's going to happen. He wasn't playing in Green Bay, even with all those injuries, and now here they go. They trade him for a late round pick, and it's just I don't know. And they also got another corner, Michael Carter. So they're just beefing up that secondary that has been a little banged up. But that defense is what's going to carry this team. They still have a really good offense, but the defense is the anchor for that Philadelphia Eagles team. And I expect this team to, and their defense especially, to take off here in the second half of the season.
Yeah, you're. I mean, I think you're definitely going to see them increase their play in the second half this year. I mean, yeah, they started out the year slow, but they still. I think they're 5-2 this year. I mean, they're still or 5-3. I can't remember. Or there's something around. They have a good record. I mean, I am very sure they're going to get their stuff together and they're going to probably dominate the rest of the year.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Draymond Jones, former Ohio State Buckeye, traded from the Tennessee Titans to the Baltimore Ravens. Does this move really help the Ravens? It fills a massive need. You
Yep.
know, Matabuke out for the season, and the Ravens at 3-5 are still the favorites to win the AFC North.
I hate to say it, but I mean, I think with Lamar coming back, they have a very strong possibility. Uh, they traded Dafe earlier the year to the Chargers. I mean, they needed edge. Draymond Jones is a very, very good serviceable edge for them. I mean, I think with Lamar coming back, the offense is definitely going to get hot. And if that offense is rolling, no one's beating them. That's just him and Derrick Henry. The two of them are unstoppable. Uh, I would say boostering the defense with Draymond Jones is only going to help.
Yeah, and they have a cakewalk schedule. They still have play the Steelers twice, so they control that destiny. They still have games against the Browns. They still have games against the Steelers. They just beat the Miami Dolphins. Lamar's looking healthy. Um, if I had to say right now, I think I'd still pick the Ravens to win this division, but
Yeah.
definitely a big get for them. Fills a big need for their defense. A lot of these veteran guys going for later round picks. And next up, another guy, another veteran guy who's going for some later round picks. Jacoby Myers traded from the Raiders to the Jaguars, especially with the news of Travis Hunter going on IR, missing at least 4 games. They go out and trade a fourth and a sixth round pick for Jacoby Myers, who requested a trade earlier in the year. Um, what do we think about this move?
Yeah, you kind of knew the Raiders were gonna trade him this season, just depending on when and where. But I mean, it's a good pickup for the Jaguars. Hunter hasn't been he's had a slow start to his rookie year, but you could see the flashes. I mean, he is Browns Browns trading that. I mean, we can get into that whole Travis Hunter Jaguars Browns trade later. But I mean, for Jacksonville, I think this is a pretty big pickup. I mean, I love Jacoby Myers. He's a very, very solid slot receiver for whoever he's playing for. But him and Brian Thomas Jr., I think, are going to be a good combo for Trevor.
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. needs to pick it up. He
Yeah.
really does. That offense can take off. The run game has been kind of inconsistent. ETN, Tootin have not been able to get it going, but if Lawrence can find some of those guys, get the pass game going a little bit more, their defense is solid. Although Greg Newsome has looked horrible since getting traded over there.
Yeah.
Um, but overall, I think this is a good move for them. It's definitely a veteran guy. He's not gonna be a top end of the receiver, but he'll be a solid flex play for you fantasy owners out
Yeah.
there,
100%.
especially with the injury to Travis Hunter. And Jacoby Myers will be the two. Other teams will definitely be lining up their cornerback one on Brian Thomas Jr. So I do expect a little bit of action for Jacoby Myers, and then especially as Travis Hunter comes back, that could be some favorable matchups for either Hunter or Myers as we go down through the end of the season. Um, Moving on, going to talk about the biggest trades of the day.
Right for
The
this.
New York Jets
Yes.
trading getting two first round picks and AD Mitchell from the Indianapolis Colts for Sauce Gardner. Remember 2 years ago when teams wouldn't trade two first round picks for Lamar Jackson? And now they're trading it for a cornerback? This is a crazy world we live in, and the
It
Colts are
is.
going all in. And this is a huge trade, and I think it has huge implications in showing what's going on in Indy. They're really pushing for it this year. They're really rallying around the backs of Daniel Jones, um, and he's going to have to deliver and definitely not play like he did last week in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very unique move for Indianapolis. When's the last time you remember the Colts making a move like this type of move, like all in two first round picks? I mean,
It's
you
been
never
a while.
you never see the Colts make types like these type of moves, and it just shows you like where they're at. Like they really believe this is it. Like they can do it this year, which is surprising because if you think back to the preseason training camp, we would have told you once Daniel Jones was named the starter, we would have told you they're in contention for a top 5 pick, and now they are 7-2 and have a real chance to win the AFC. I mean, they are very good with that run game, the passing game. I mean, Tyler Warren's looked great as a rookie. I mean, you got Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. I mean, they got weapons. They got a good offensive line led by Quentin Nelson. I mean, and then obviously the one weak spot on this team was the defensive backs, and you just go out and get one of the best defensive backs in the NFL.
Yeah, and I understand there's a lot of people that are going to say they give up a lot, and they did. Two first round picks is a lot for a team that last year was not good. Quite frankly, just to be put it, they were not good last year. And this year, everyone says, Daniel Jones flash in the pan. Well, guess what? They're going to have to pay him now after this year. So going out and adding a contract like Sauce Gardner could potentially bring some implications of money issues. Jonathan Taylor is going to need paid, but they do have other younger guys like Tyler Warren. Most of their receivers besides Pittman are younger.
Mhm.
Reuniting here with Alec Pierce from their Cincinnati days, him and Sauce. This defense definitely improved there for the Colts, and I think they're definitely the team to beat in the AFC South. The next move the New York Jets made today, trading big man Quinnen Williams to the Dallas Cowboys, and man, imagine what the Cowboys would be like if they had Micah Parsons.
Yeah, who?
That'd
I
be a
mean,
crazy team.
imagine, dude. That would have been a crazy scenario. I wonder if they had a guy like Michael Parsons. I wonder where they would be right there, right now. Who knows?
But yeah, no, they traded a first round pick for Quinnen Williams. Um, my first thought when I saw this trade was, the Jets continuously they haven't missed on some of their first round picks.
Yeah,
They have Garrett Wilson. They had Quinnen Williams. They had Sauce Gardner. The biggest issue with this team is they have yet to figure out the quarterback problem, and they have yet to build solid caliber players in the later rounds to supplement some of their stars. And here we are, 2022 first round pick, 2019 first round pick, both getting shipped out the door, and the Jets are in the same position they continuously continue to be. And they now have four first round picks in the next 2 years.
five.
So
They have five.
they have five.
Yeah, they have three in 2027.
That's going to be a really good draft for Jets fans,
That
but
that draft
they're
is
still going to find a way to fuck it up.
probably no. I mean, it is very. I mean, I feel for Jets fans as a Browns fan. I understand what it's like to feel like you're never gonna get out of the basement. It sucks. It's demoralizing. But I mean, it is crazy to think they were on a couple of years ago. If you think back to 2023, they have all these young players. They go out and get Aaron Rodgers, and they're like, "Holy crap, we're gonna be a playoff team. We're gonna actually contend this year," because they do have so many good players still. I mean, Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall in the offense. I mean, there are no slouches. I mean, Brees Hall's a near top 10 running back, and Garrett Wilson probably top 15 receiver. I mean, maybe even I'd say close to 10 to 15 range. But like they got guys, and then on the defense, they still have Jermaine Johnson, who's no slouch either. But I mean, and Will McDonald. But it's just crazy to think they're gonna going into another rebuild in the middle of the rebuild. But I guess it makes sense with Aaron Glenn coming in. I mean, these are Robert Sala's guys that he's trading away. So I mean,
Yeah, and that's just the hard reality if you're a New York fan. Uh, Going back to some of the other guys you just brought up, Garrett Wilson was not traded today. I heard the Browns inquired about him a little bit. Um, I don't think he's going to be a Jet for much longer. I can't see him in that environment. He's been a winner his whole entire career. He's going to request a trade soon. You would think, right?
yeah, I mean, Brees apparently requested one today. They didn't trade him. I mean, I feel like the two of them are in very similar situations where they're kind of butting heads with Aaron Glenn. And I think they're going to want to get out of there as soon as possible. I mean, they see the whole team blowing up right in front of them. I'm kind of confused why they didn't trade Garrett. I mean, I guess you want to be able to kind of sustain a little bit of whatever you have right now, at least for the rest of the season. I don't know what they're going to try to do with them in the offseason. I would assume probably trade them, but they just signed them to a 4-year extension. But also, they did the same thing with Sauce. So, honestly, who knows at this point?
Yeah. I mean, if I were the Browns, I would have offered Jerry Jeudy and a third round pick for Garrett Wilson, maybe even a second round pick,
Yeah.
and seeing where that goes. And maybe the Jets wanted more draft capital. I'm not sure exactly how those negotiations went, but I can tell you one thing. The Chiefs offered a third round pick, a fourth round pick, my bad. The Chiefs offered a fourth round pick to the Jets for Brees Hall. The Jets stood pat on a third round pick, and the deal did not get done. It's going to be a little awkward now. Brees Hall requested a trade, and now he's got to go back to the Jets. But do you think that trade request was due to the interest he knew the Chiefs had in him? Do you think he was trying to force his hand to the Chiefs?
Yeah. I mean, I would assume, Jets are by far, I wouldn't say by far, but they're bottom of the barrel in terms of well, like record wise. I mean, the Chiefs obviously are having a rough year, but I mean, you can never count them out. So I think obviously he was trying to get out, go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, if I'm Kansas City and I hear third round pick for Brees Hall, I'm pressing that button immediately. There's one thing that team is really lacking, and that's a run game. I understand they lost a tough game this week to the Bills, but they still have two really good receivers in Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Travis Kelce will still get you yards. He's still a reliable tight end, nowhere near what he used to be in 21 and 22, but he's still a reliable pass catcher. But that run game has just been horrible. Isaiah Pacheco has not been the same guy since his injury last year. Um, the defense is about the same as it's always been. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. You give him a guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield, um, and he can run it along. You have a backfield of a Bauer back and Kareem Hunt, and a guy who can do it all like Brees Hall can. I would have done it. I would have
Yeah,
done
I
it. If
mean, I don't. You're telling me Brees Hall is a 25-year-old top 10 running back is not worth a day two pick, a late day pick, a third rounder? I mean, yeah, there's a chance maybe you draft a guy in the third round that's good as him, but like this guy's in his prime right now. They're trying to get up on top of the mountain. They're trying to climb back up. You're telling me giving up a third, what's a third round pick realistically going to do for them?
yeah, exactly, and that's the thing that I think of. Everyone's gonna say, "Well, Brees Hall's stats are down." Well, of course they're down. I think Christian McCaffrey and Bijan Robinson would have down stats on the Jets because their offensive line sucks, and he's the only playmaker on that team. They know Justin Fields can't get the ball to Garrett Wilson, so stack the box, stop Brees Hall, and make Justin Fields beat us, and he hasn't. And now that's going to be up to Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields, whichever quarterback they decide to go with. It's a mess over there in New York, but hopefully it continues to be a mess this weekend against the Browns. As we transition into our next topic. Washington Commanders. What a nightmare
Oh,
season for them,
I
and it gets
mean, it
even
is.
worse. They are getting absolute, I'm talking belt to ass on Sunday Night Football by Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, losing by 30. And for whatever reason, a banged up Jaden Daniels is still in the game, which I think could be a fireable offense for Dan Quinn. I don't know why he's still in the game. He's banged up, and he goes and destroys his left arm.
That was
Don't think there's a way he plays again this season. What a horrible year for the Commanders.
it is scary. And my immediate thought, I can't remember if this is correct, but as soon as I heard about the injury, I got flashbacks, Michael. Who was RG3 playing against when he messed up his knee?
Seattle Seahawks.
Was it the Seattle Seahawks? That's what I figured. I mean, it's just PT poor Commanders fans, man. Just PTSD. I mean, I feel for them, man. They had such a good year last year. I mean, you made the right moves this offseason, getting Larry Tunsil and Debo Samuel. But I mean, it's just not working this year. I mean, Jane, it just shows you how good Jane Daniels is when he's on the field. I mean, he hasn't been on the field this year. They're 3-6. I mean, it sucks, man. I mean, I feel for him.
Yeah, I mean, Terry McLaurin hasn't helped,
Yeah,
um,
that's another part. Yes.
but he hasn't been healthy, and the defense is Swiss cheese. Defense has been horrible. They haven't been able to stop. They wouldn't be able to stop the Jets' offense right now. Commanders' defense looks really bad. And I think this is just a lost season for them at this point. Um, Let some of your younger guys play. Bill Krosky Merritt, major disappointment. Everyone at the beginning of the year was like, this guy's, you need him in your fantasy leagues, and yikes, 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 yikes. What a disappointing year for him and all of the Commanders fans. And, that injury that he has, lucky it's not the throwing arm,
That is,
but
yeah, I wanted to make that point. Thank God it's not his right arm. I mean, it does still suck. It's not going to obviously help that it's his left, but I mean, thank God it's not his right because I mean that type of injury to your throwing arm. I mean, who knows if he ever plays the same again?
exactly. And that's where you're going to get the RG3 comparisons. And I know his mom doesn't like to see those, but it's really hard to get away from those. They run the same style. The way the teams were performing is the same way. Let's just hope that Jaden can recover well from this. Talking about another quarterback going through an injury, Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray is going to be out for another 4 to 8 weeks, but they announced that Jacoby Brissett is their starter going forward. Now, if Kyler Murray was healthy, Would he be the quarterback of this team, or would it still be Jacoby Brissett?
I don't want to say this is a soft benching because obviously I do think Kyler's hurt and I think he's going to need that time to recover. But I mean, I wasn't personally able to watch the game last night, but I mean, I saw the highlights. I mean, you hear Gannon talk about it. This team looks better with Brissett at the helm. So, I mean, I'm not completely sure if this means for the entire season, but I mean, if Brissett plays well enough, I mean, there's a controversy with Kyler and the Cardinals. I mean, that Kyler's future in Arizona is up in jeopardy. I mean, we have no clue what's going to happen.
It's been murky for a while, and that's the thing that I think is the most interesting part about it. And Gannon's a first year head coach. He didn't choose Kyler Murray as his quarterback. That's the quarterback he was given. So I think it'll be interesting to see how Kyler can bounce back. There'll definitely be teams that could be interested in Kyler Murray this offseason. Obviously, wasn't traded today, but that's still a younger quarterback who's shown potential. Um, but if Kyler's not your guy going forward, who's it going to be? Because they're not going to be in prime position to take another quarterback, and Jacoby Brissett's not your answer as well as he's been playing. He's still up. He's up there in age. He's about 34 now, 34, 35 years old. He's not your answer. Um, but maybe even 36, 37, 6, 6, 7.
He's not that old. I mean, come on now.
But he's old. He's a fossil. But regardless, the Cardinals definitely have some answers. I'm really surprised they didn't trade Calais Campbell today, especially after as well as he played last night. Although I was not able to watch the game either. ESPN, YouTube TV, get a contract. Please get a
What is
contract.
going on? Sidebar. What is going on there? I mean,
I don't know, man.
what I mean,
This
they
is the
gotta
future.
get something.
This is the future. Somebody bring back Stream East.
Yes. Amen, dude. Amen.
Somebody bring back Stream East. But as we wrap up today's show, we're going to end it off every single week with a segment of what I call contender or pretender. Robbie, I'm going to give you a team. You tell me if they are a contender or a pretender. We're going to start with probably the first team that comes to mind when we say contender or pretender, the Indianapolis Colts.
Man, I'm gonna say they're oh I'm gonna say they're a contender. I got choked up even thinking about it. But yeah, I think they really have a shot to win it all this year. I mean, I kind of explained it earlier. I mean, they got a great passing game, obviously, probably the best rushing game in the NFL right now. I mean, the defense just took a big step up getting Sauce Gardner. So I mean, I'm gonna say they're a contender.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go the opposite way. I'm gonna
Okay.
have to say they're a pretender. The way they played this week against uh, a banged up and honestly un, unmoving Steelers defense. I know they created 6 turnovers, but I need to see more from Daniel Jones. I'm really interested to see how he plays this week. Um, I would be happy to eat my words here, but I want to see more from Daniel Jones before I call the Colts official contenders. Next team we have is the Seattle Seahawks.
This one's tough. I am gonna say this one's tough. I could honestly see this one going either way. I could see them having a very good regular season, and then in the postseason, Darnold has another crap shoot year like he did last year. I mean, the offensive line for the Seahawks isn't amazing. It's not. I mean, they definitely need some help on the interior or on the exterior, either, the whole offensive line. But I don't know. I if I had to guess, I would say pretender. But I mean, honestly, I could see them making a little run in the playoffs the way their offense is playing right now. So I mean, we're gonna have to see.
I'm gonna have to say the exact same thing I said about the Colts. I want to see more from Sam Darnold. I want to see more consistency. Um, we have yet to see a game where JSN gets shut down. And what does this offense look like if JSN gets shut down, or God forbid JSN gets hurt? You know, that's the scary part that scares me on this team. I'd really like to see them go up against some of the better teams. They lost to the Bucks, so can they hang with the Bucks? Can they hang with the Eagles? Can they hang with the Lions and some of the top teams in the NFC?
Yeah.
I guess we'll be able to see down the stretch. That leads me perfectly into my next team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year, man. I love them, but oh, sorry. I love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year, but I mean, I'm gonna have to say pretender just because of the fact of their injuries, man. Their wide receiver room is cooked this year. And obviously Emeka Ibuka is great, but he's injured. He's banged up a little bit. I mean, Godwin's is he I don't even know what the deal with Godwin is. And then
I don't really.
Mike Evans is out for the season. I mean, I love the Bucks. I love Baker. Baker's playing like an MVP candidate, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say pretender.
Um, See, I'm gonna have to go the other way. I think they're a contender.
Okay. I don't hate it. I do. I say I love the Bucks. I would love to be wrong on this. I don't know. I want to hear your reasoning.
You know, the loss of Mike Evans hurts, but Baker has got that it factor. We saw it in the playoffs last year. Baker's a dog. Cade Otton is not a bad tight end, and I feel like they need to utilize him more. Bucky Irving gets healthy.
That's
They
true.
have a solid backfield in Rashad White and Bucky Irving. They're going to have to rely on those three guys more. Cade Otton, Bucky Irving, Rashad White. Emeka Buka is going to have to step up as the number one receiver in his rookie year because you can't really rely on Chris Godwin.
Hmm.
But those two guys are going to be extremely important
Yeah.
because you have a receiver room that's decimated. They're just going to stack the box and stop the run, and your offense is going to be nowhere. But we know Baker Mayfield can sling it, and I expect them to make another run like they did last year. And if it wasn't for that playoff run last year, I think I'd be saying differently.
Yeah.
I think I'd be saying differently. And all right, your
You don't
last one.
think that Baker?
The only team that I'm gonna put on this list that has a losing record,
Okay.
but I'm gonna say it right now. I think this team's a contender. The Baltimore Ravens.
I hate I hate to say it, Michael. I really do. But I'm gonna have to say contender, man. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna actually win the Super Bowl, but I have a really good feeling they're gonna win the AFC North. I mean, the way Lamar Jackson's playing now, I said it earlier with Eric Henry, that rushing duo is some of the best we've ever seen. And it's hard if that offense is going, there's no stopping it. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl, but with the additions they made or coming back at least, I'm going to have to say contender.
Yeah, they're getting healthy. Lamar Jackson is a top three quarterback in the NFL. He's one of the best. Derrick Henry still got it. Zay Flowers is a good receiver. Mark Andrews has been proven the last couple weeks that he's still got it. Rashad Bateman is still a good receiver. And you have DeAndre Hopkins too as well. They have guys that can make plays. And they're getting healthy. And they have a really easy schedule going down the line. A lot of games they should win. And even if and in this AFC, I think this is going to be, even if they don't win the division, because if they lose one or a couple of these divisional games, I think that's going to kick them out of the race. They're going to have to be relatively flawless in the division the rest of the year. But I still think a 10-7 gets them in as the final wild card spot in the AFC. And that's definitely a team that I would not want to play in the first round. That's just me though.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
All right, that's just gonna wrap up the first episode of Living Room Sports. I'm your host, Michael Bodzenta. That's Robbie McClellan. Thank you for joining us. Robbie, got anything else?
Um, no, not really.
All right. Till next time.